What's up everybody, welcome back. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me. In this video, we're taking out for a spin the foldable, pocketable, portable Hohem iSteady X. And I'm also sharing 5 reasons why I like this. Let's go. Before we continue, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and let's just get to it. So I had the opportunity to get hands-on time with the Hohem iSteady X during CES 2020 in Las Vegas. And one of the things that caught my attention about the iSteady X is, number one, the size, right? This thing is very, very tiny, very, very portable, and I can see myself going back into the world and being able to film at Disneyland and public places and things like that, and just carrying just this one gimbal in my pocket. It is that tiny. The Hohem iSteady X will set you back $79. Yes, $79. That alone is incentive enough for me to pick one of each color, because it does come in black or white. Hohem was kind enough to send me the white version, but I'm not gonna lie, the black version looks really cool as well. Now the Hohem iSteady X as a whole weighs 259 grams, which is very, 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 very light. Just to put it in perspective, some smartphones are about 240 grams. The iSteady X has a 280 gram payload capacity, which is very impressive because it can support a heavier payload than the gimbal itself. It's like an ant, so it's really powerful. This opens the door for you to be able to use bigger and heavier phones. Maybe you're trying to use a case or even a lens. As long as you're within a 280 grams of payload capacity for a gimbal this small, I'm still very impressed, but very, very useful for those with plus size phones. It has an 8-hour battery capacity. It charges in about 2 hours, so make sure you set yourself up for success. If you're trying to use this gimbal, at least give it a little charge 2 hours before, so it goes all the way to 100% if you are at 0%. And it includes a tripod. It is crazy that this is a feature, but there are gimbals that do not include a tripod, so it's really a nice thing that this gimbal includes all that in the box. It's pretty much ready to go. It does come with its charging cables, it comes with a pouch. Now the gimbal itself is very minimalistic. In the front, you have a joystick that allows you to pan and tilt, as well as 2 buttons that allow you to switch from portrait to landscape orientation without removing your phone. This is incredibly useful because other gimbals prompt you to take out the phone, undo a screw for example, or just simply rotate the grip, put your phone back in. That was one of the biggest challenges in the industry because it's my phone. I am filming, but I'm also taking calls, text messages, Instagram stories, Twitter, things like that. And you want to use or capture footage in both portrait and landscape. And being able to switch on the fly without even taking your phone out of the grip is a huge plus. And you can achieve this by simply tapping the power button once. If you double press the power button, that recenters the whole gimbal. And if you hold that button down, it turns off or on your gimbal. On the other side, you do have a shutter button that allows you to take pictures with 1 press or video with 2 presses. You can also interact with the zoom and the focus with the zoom and focus slider on the left side of the gimbal, which is once again very useful if you're trying to get a little bit more complex shots like dolly zoom, or adjust your focus to the background or foreground according to the kind of shot you're trying to achieve. Now before I go out and share some of the reasons why I like the iSteady X, I of course went out and tested out against another rival gimbal in the industry to see how they perform in the stabilization front. actually very impressed with the stabilization because it's a fraction of the cost of leading gimbals in the industry, and it's really cool for you to be able to get really good results for a very affordable price. So there's honestly really not that much that I can say in that front, other than I'm very pleased with the stability. But let me know what you think. All right, let's kick it with reason number 1, and that is that the gimbal folds. Part of the design structure of this gimbal is the capability of you folding that phone grip, and this of course speaks volume to the portability side of things. The fact that you can put this gimbal in your pocket if you're traveling, if you're going to the park and you don't want to carry heavy things or a bag or anything else. I love the fact that you can fold this gimbal. And if you're wearing like a jacket or 2 pockets, simple pockets, you can actually store the gimbal in one pocket, the tripod in another one, your phone in another pocket if you're wearing jeans, and your wallet if you use a wallet. But I'm already thinking portability with the Hohem iSteady X, especially if I'm going to a theme park. I cannot wait for things to get back to normal. To be able to film on the spot with this gimbal because it's so portable and so tiny, I know for a fact that I'm going to be able to carry it with minimal effort. Reason number 2 is the auto rotation. This is not a brand new thing in the industry. There are a lot of gimbals out there that rotate, but sometimes when you try to rotate your gimbal upside down, going underslung, or just simply filming steps and things like that, the gimbal often gets all crazy and you end up upside down or a weird angle or an error, or it starts spinning out of control. But the iSteady X actually behaves really well when trying to move it upside down. I was just simply able to twist it all the way down and it auto adjusts it for me. And once again, there are a lot of other gimbals that will auto adjust and rotate left and right, but I really enjoy how simple. I was ready. I was expecting something to go wrong, and I just went down and I was able to film underslung shots and steps and low angles. Very easy. So that's good. Reason number 3, which is actually part of the design, is the fact that this gimbal does not obstruct the camera. In the past, when using ultra-wide lenses or additional lenses like Sandmarc lenses or moment lenses with your smartphone, you can actually pick up parts of the gimbal in your shot, and that doesn't do anybody any good because it's something that's annoying. It's in the front. So the design of the iSteady X actually helps if you are using a phone that has an ultra-wide lens or you're trying to use lenses that give you a wide field of view. So very useful if you're rocking an iPhone 11 or 11 Pro or simply attaching a wide lens to your phone. You're definitely going to be able to film without any interruptions and obstructions. Reason number 4 are the cinematic templates. The Hohem Pro app has a ton of functionality baked in, and one of them are templates for you to be able to capture cinematic clips that automatically move the gimbal for you in order to capture shots like this. In the cinematic templates, you can find Inception, Dolly Zoom, Time-Lapse, and more. And this is really cool if you're trying to capture quick clips on the moment and make like a little highlight reel of cinematic moves without getting into the nitty-gritty on how to maneuver that gimbal for it to perform that way. It is really useful for filmmakers who just want to get results right away, maybe post on social media without having to wait for you to go to your computer. These are fantastic and they're actually really fun. And reason number 5, in my opinion, is going to be the capability of the iSteady X to trigger the shutter on not only the Hohem Pro application, but also the native camera app, Instagram, and third-party apps in general. Once you pair the iSteady X with the Hohem Pro app, you do have the option to switch to a different application like Instagram for Instagram stories, and you can trigger that shutter button without having to switch to hands-free or use the volume or use any awkward movement. You just simply comfortably hold with one single hand to trigger either the native camera app or even TikTok. I have a TikTok. Now, having said that, I'm actually very impressed with the iSteady X. It does seem a higher quality build. The software is way more consistent than previous iterations, and I do love the fact that I can actually switch the camera application. I don't have to necessarily use the Hohem Pro app if for some reason I'm capturing social media clips and things like that. Not to mention the fact that this gimbal is $79, and of course if you use a promo code down in the description you can save some money on top of that, which makes this a very affordable solution for people who are trying to capture video on the go. There are a ton of gimbals out in the industry, and all the different gimbals will have different trades, but I do love the fact that the iSteady X is portable, it's tiny, it gets the job done. But I want to know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you have any questions or suggestions, drop them down there so we can continue to create relevant content for you. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for sharing your time with me. I'll catch you on the next one.